This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. Now let's talk about it, man. Errol the Truth Spence. They call him the truth because what? There's no lies in his damn fist. Let me say it again. They call him the truth because what? There is no lies in his damn fist. Danny Garcia is going to get his cherry boop, come November 21st, man. So you guys know the series. Errol the Truth Spence is going to boop, Danny Garcia's cherry part 37. Sparring has officially started, y'all. I feel sorry for Danny Garcia because Spence is going into sparring in super shredded mode. Spence is going into sparring already in shape. Now he's fine-tuning. This is the Errol the Truth Spence that we talked about. When you look at Errol the Truth Spence, you see a throwback fighter. You see a fighter of old legend. What we see in Errol the Truth Spence is 5 fighters into one. Let me just say that again because what I said was so deep and profound. Hear me? Well, Errol the Truth Spence is 5 fighters in one. The first fighter is Marvin Hagler. The second fighter is Sugar Ray Leonard. The third fighter is Floyd Mayweather. The fourth fighter is Pernell Whitaker. And the fifth fighter is Terry Norris. Let me say it again. The first fighter is Marvin Hagler. The second fighter is Sugar Ray Leonard. The third fighter is Pernell Whitaker. The fourth fighter is Floyd Mayweather. And the fifth fighter is Terry Norris. Anyone that understands what He Knows the Sport was talking about in this action, when you see 5 of those fighters, you could see each and every one of those styles in Errol the Truth Spence. Case in point, key reference, the Mikey Garcia fight. You saw a Floyd Mayweather-esque performance. The Chris Algieri fight. You saw a Marvin Hagler performance. The Chris Van Heeten fight. You saw a Terry Norris performance. Whew. The Lamont Peterson fight. You saw a Sugar Ray Leonard no mas performance. And then I'm going to give you this one. The Samuel Barrera fight. Or if you want to go off of this one, because you guys can run with this one, the Ocampo fight. Guess who you saw? Pernell Whitaker. That's right. Pernell Whitaker used to be able to hit people with that body shot and get their ass down to the damn ground. Pernell Whitaker doesn't get enough credit for that. The bottom line is this. Spence is that dude, man. He's dominating like nobody's business. To see initial glimpses and photos of this guy sparring and see where this guy's going and see that he's putting in the work and seeing how Jermell Charlo talked highly of Errol the Truth Spence at the end of his fight and said that my technique has improved immensely due to the work and the iron sharpening iron work that I did with Errol the Truth Spence. There's no fighter like this guy. This is why He Knows the Sport says he's an error-filled fighter. And this is why Richard Schaefer backed up a He Knows the Sport and he said, we left the Mayweather era and we have ushered into the Spence era. Let me say it again. We have officially left the Mayweather era and we have ushered into the Spence era. Spence is a special fighter. He's a megalodon shark. And remember what He Knows the Sport said. The megalodon shark, it has no predators. It is the predator. Let me say it again. The megalodon shark has no predator. It is the predator. It runs the deep waters. This is a deep water tune-up fight. People are saying Danny Garcia got a great eye chin. That's going to get exposed. People are saying Danny Garcia, he got power. It's going to get exposed. He Knows the Sport already told you Danny Garcia's power at 147 is overrated. His power got exposed in the Keith Thurman fight. Did he drop Keith Thurman? Higgity fucking hush. Did he drop Sean Porter? A double higgity fucking hush. He didn't stop those guys. Those were his primetime fights at 147. And he told you in a PBC interview when he was right there side by side next to Spence, I was comfortable. So you're comfortable in quality fights? You're comfortable in fights where you're supposed to push yourself? You're comfortable in fights where you're supposed to challenge yourself? Things that make you say, Things that make you say, Listen, y'all. This is a one-gear fighter versus a complete package fighter. And the glimpse that what you guys are seeing, this is the full enactment and the full iteration of what's happening in the Derrick James camp. He Knows the Sport done told you guys, Derrick James's stable has 4 qualities and 4 quantities of effects that fighters come out looking like. They're the most athletic, the most explosive, the most technical, and the most fundamental. Let me say it again. They're the most athletic, the most explosive, the most fundamental, and the most technical. Derrick James needs to be trainer of the year. He got robbed in 2019, if you ask me, because Jermell Charlo became a unified champion and Errol the True Spence was a unified champion. But technically, he should be but 4 times this man should be trainer of the year. 2017, 2019. Damn sure is going to get it 2020 when Jermell Charlo becomes undisputed and Errol the True Spence becomes a lineal welterweight champion. And in 2021, when Errol the True Spence becomes undisputed and Jermell Charlo is, as you know, undisputed as well too. I mean, come on. Skies is the limits for what these guys bring to the table. But we see the initial glimpse. We see Errol the True Spence put it in the work. We see the deep water trenches. This is what megalodon sharks do. Before they prepare to eat and feast the meal, they swim in the deep waters. Remember, deepest, bluest, my heart is like a shark's fin. Deepest, bluest, my heart is like a shark's fin. And what Danny Garcia is to Errol the True Spence is a deep water tuna. Like they say, or like Errol the True Spence say, tune his ass up. Let me say it again. Tune his ass up. Come November 21st, Danny Garcia's chin will be tested religiously. Come November 21st, Danny Garcia will be eating liver and body shots. He's going to be eating solar plex shots, so much so to the point to where he's going to be affected. And come November 21st, we're going to see Danny Garcia do something he's never done in the boxing ring, and that's bend the proverbial fucking knee. And the last thing that's going to happen and come November 21st, Danny Garcia Cherry is going to boop in the damn ring. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.